Hi everyone. Hi, welcome to our welcome social. Can everyone hear me well? Yeah. I'm assuming the sound is all right. Should we wait like one more minute in case there's anyone else who's gonna come? Let's do that. How's everyone doing? Everyone having a good freshers? Yeah, okay. Just a quick summary of how this is gonna go today. There's gonna be like a 10-ish minute presentation at the start. And then after that, we'll go into breakout rooms where you have the chance to meet with our committee. And also this session is gonna be recorded. If you guys have any issues with that, just message in the group chat, in the Zoom chat right now. But it's going to be recorded because I think some people have messaged us and they said that they can't make it for today's session. So it will be uploaded on our social media. So yeah, just a heads up for everyone. Yeah, okay, let's just get started. Yeah, why not? Okay. Hi everyone. Thank you for coming to our welcome social. We're really excited to share with you today what we have in store. Just a quick introduction. I'm Phoebe. I'm a second year history, politics, econ student, and I'll be your president at Asiatic Affairs this year. So yeah, can we play the video? I'm sure a lot of you guys have seen this either on our social media or on the Freshers platform. But really, the video is a really good film of what we do and who we are. So let's just play it first.
We are Asiatic Affairs. At Asiatic Affairs, our focus is awareness and education of current affairs and issues in the Asia region.
First of all, why Asia? Asia is simply massive by any measure. It is home to the largest regional economy, landmass, and population. It is a melting pot of rich history and diverse culture. In today's highly integrated world, that means whatever happens in Asia has ripple effects throughout the rest of the world.
And why is there a need for Asiatic Affairs? When asked how much you know of individual Asian countries in the region, what comes to mind? Were you previously aware that multiple Southeast Asian countries are sinking as we speak? Or that the region is increasingly the center of the world economy?
We recognize the shortage of mediums available at UCL for individuals to truly understand the complex dynamics of the region. Hence, we have decided to put ourselves forward as UCL's first and only international affairs society focused on current affairs and issues in Asia.
So who exactly are we? We are a dedicated and inclusive group of students working to satisfy curiosity, build relationships, and enliven discourses pertaining to the Asia region.
Our society objective is to enhance understanding of current issues in Asia, as well as the impacts the region has on the wider world. And what does the society offer? At Asiatic Affairs, you stand to gain exposure to new global perspectives, increase accessibility to current affairs in Asia, discussions beyond the Eurocentric lens, community, networking, and more. We do so creatively through our two main branches, publications and events.
Here, we provide student journalism on current happenings in Asia. Podcasts where students can discuss their thoughts on the region. And events such as documentary watch parties and speaker events where anyone interested in the region can learn more through conversing with one another.
We welcome anyone interested in all things Asia to join us. Head over to our social media to find out more on how we operate, how you can take part, and more. Also, remember to check out our podcast episodes and our articles published on our various platforms. We can't wait to meet you at the virtual fair, as well as our fresher events. See you soon!
Oh, thank you so much, Jasin, for making that video. I hope you guys enjoyed that. And I think I forgot to mention at the start that if you guys have any questions throughout this presentation, you guys can put it in the Zoom chat box, and then our committee will get back to you on it. So yeah, I think it came across quite clearly from the video that our aim is to raise awareness and increase engagement with issues and current affairs happening in Asia. Because I'm not sure about you, but I'm sure that a lot of our committee members, and especially for me, there has been a lot of Eurocentric history textbooks that I've read, and a lot of the English language news is quite Eurocentric. And personally as well, I'm in C, so that's like the School of Slavonic East European Studies. So that's me doing a lot of European and Western-centric media and analysis of issues. So really, I remember last year when I was fresher as well, I was looking around at the what UCL had to offer in terms of societies, and also I think they have this thing. They used to have this thing called lunchtime lectures or something. It was a thing where you can go to during lunchtime, where if you're interested in something, you could attend it. And really, a lot of the emphasis is on European topics. So, back then was about a lot to do with the EU and the whole identity around it, which is nothing wrong. But UCL brands itself as a global university. And if I'm not wrong, I think more than half of students at UCL are of Asian descent or come from Asia. So, it was quite obvious, at least for us, that this was a need that our society was needed. So yeah, we hope that you guys will stick around to see what we have in store. So can we go on the next slide? I see, Mark, can you go on the next slide? Thank you. Thank you. So this is, I spent too much time creating this slide actually, cropping the photos, but I think when I was doing this, it was quite apparent that quite a lot of my perception of Asia was very skewed by a couple of countries. So I just want to take a moment and ask everyone, maybe just, see how many faces you can recognize from this. This is all of the pictures of the leaders of Asian countries. I may or may not have got every single country because, as we all know, where Asia stops is the gray area. But this is the bulk of it. Yeah, it was really interesting when I was compiling this because when I was compiling it, I realized that, can we put the next slide now? Yeah, because these are my answers. I could only recognize less than half of them, which is quite telling. And it, perhaps you also had a similar score, or you could also recognize these number of leaders, but these are the more prominent ones. And I think this proves that there's so much more to Asia that we don't know about, and our society hopes to raise awareness about issues within these countries. Cool. Yep. So so this is our committee for this year. I'm just gonna run through everyone. We all have our cameras on, so everyone just wave and say hi. So I've introduced myself already, and then we have Aiden, who is our treasurer. I'm assuming he's waving. Yep, he's waved. Isima is our VP and welfare officer. And then Angela, she's our publications officer. Gabriel is our events officer. Yep, and then as you guys probably have seen on our social media, we are currently recruiting for a marketing officer. So, if you guys are interested in what we do, you guys can send in your applications. No experience is required, just, be interested in the region. Let's move on. Cool, and then this is our team. Right now we have two media editors, and they are in the publications team. and they work on podcasts and also a bit of marketing here and there. And also, our media editors, it's Karen. I'm assuming she's waving as well. Hi, Karen, and Jiaxin. Hi, Jiaxin. Nice, cool. So you guys will have the chance to meet everyone at the breakout rooms. So perhaps, I think after we finish this presentation, we will put up a poll. So if you guys have a preference as to like maybe you want to find out more about publications, you just check that box and then we'll allocate you guys into the room of your preference. Cool. Oh yeah, and also about the event executives, we'll be recruiting for these positions next week. So just keep an eye out for that. Cool. Yep. So this just a brief summary of how we operate. I think from the video, we mentioned that we run basically 2 arms. The first one being events, and then second is publications. So right now, I'll just pass on to Gabriel, who will give us a rundown.
Okay, so hi guys, I'm Gabriel. I'm a 2nd-year law student, and I'll be your events officer this year. So over the course of this year, we'll be organizing events which cover different regions of Asia, from East Asia to the Middle East. And at least for term 1, they will all be virtual, taking place on Zoom, just like this one. And term 2 is still very uncertain since we don't know what it's going to look like. So it really depends on the pandemic and how it develops. So as you can see on the screen right now, we'll be running 4 types of events. For speaker events, we'll invite guests for them to share their expertise and insight on a particular topic. In general, they'll be in the format of a Q&A, since we're all stuck at home watching virtual lectures anyway. We don't want our events to be basically extra lectures. We want to maximize audience engagement and interactivity with the speaker. So hopefully when you join one of our speaker events, you'll actually get the chance to ask them questions and talk to them. As for discussion groups, for now, they will primarily take the form of monthly reviews, where we will get together in an informal conversation. Everyone will prepare a piece of news or ongoing event in that month to share with everyone else. And it's just a good, relaxed way to keep up to date with what's going on across Asia, and you can share your thoughts and opinions, debate, discuss. For socials, they're quite self-explanatory. There's no fixed format since each social will be different. It's quite relaxed setting to meet new people as well. And our first social is actually going to take place next Tuesday, actually, on the 6th of October, which is the Asia Quiz Night. So do keep an eye out for the event, which is already on Facebook. So you can sign up for that. It'll be really fun. For documentary watch parties, ideally we would organize this in person where we can get together in one single room. But for now, we'll be hosting them on virtual platforms such as Facebook Watch Party. And the general format is that we'll watch a documentary or film together, and then we'll have a short discussion session afterwards. So 3 of our upcoming events to look out for is, besides our freshers events, the Asian Quiz Night and the publications social coming up soon, we will have a post-COVID economic landscape in East and Southeast Asia panel event coming up at the end of October. And then at the start of November, we'll have the October monthly review discussion group. And as for mid-November, we'll have a speaker event, which is about the Hong Kong from a British diplomacy standpoint, where we'll cover the protests, the BNO policies, and everything under the umbrella. So please do sign up. It'll be super insightful. It's a great chance to voice your opinion, regardless of what your views are. And lastly, if you have any ideas for any events, don't hesitate to shoot them over to me. We're always open to your ideas, since we want to organize events that our members are generally interested in. So yeah, back to Phoebe.
Thanks, Gabriel. So yeah, really exciting stuff in the pipeline for events. And let's go to the next slide. Yeah, and now I'll hand over to Angela for publications.
Hi everyone, I'm Angela. I'm a 2nd-year ESPS student, and I'll be your publications officer for this year. I'm sure when I say the word publications, it isn't all too unfamiliar with everyone here, but quite distinct from other student media publications at UCL, our strengths are on producing short, digestible pieces of content that cover international level affairs without compromising on the focus and also quality of information. So our activities are predominantly online. So we run an online publications via our website, which is UCL Asiatic Affairs.com, and also we publish the occasional journal. Represented by these 4 lovely circles here are our 4 summaries, our 4 different columns. So that's news, opinion, insight, and narratives of Asia. So news is our column which accommodates for more shorter summaries of latest events, whereas insight and opinion are more accommodate for more long form articles that go into much deeper analysis on an event or current issue. Narratives of Asia is our society podcast. So we're listed on Spotify and also Apple Podcasts. And this also gives a chance for individuals to discuss social issues with their peers on a much more casual platform. For more information on submission and contributions, how to get involved with publications, we do have a social later on this week, which is the Publications and Writers Social, which is taking place on Friday, 2nd of October at 12 p.m. BST. So the sign-ups are already open and you can find out more on our Facebook page. We look forward to see as many of you guys there as possible.
Thanks, Angela. Yeah, so let's move on to the next slide. Right, so yeah, about BBI, Bentham Brooks Institute. This is a new initiative that we are a part of. So it is essentially, I'm sure you've seen on social media, not just from our social media, but a bunch of other international affairs societies at UCL's social media, that it's a student-led think tank, and it has its own research program that will result in research teams producing policy papers. So this was really a project that was, it literally just was created a couple months ago, where the presidents of 5 societies at UCL, so that's us, Asiatic Affairs, Diplomacy Society, European Horizon Society, International Relations Society, as well as TEDx Appreciation Society. So that's 5 of the biggest international affairs societies at UCL. We came together to create this student-led think tank because we felt that there was a lack of opportunity for students to get involved with policy at UCL, especially undergrad students. And this was really strange to us because I think UCL is quite famous for our research. So we felt that was a really great opportunity for us to tap on the really good professors as well as research networks UCL has to offer. So for every academic year, each Alliance Society will propose a topic, a research topic that researchers can apply to conduct research under. So for this year, our topic is the state of democracy and authoritarianism, preferably in Asia, but you know, if it goes beyond the geographical boundaries of that, it's perfectly fine. Right now, if you head over to BBI social media, they are currently calling for recruitment of research leads. So if you are interested in doing research under this topic or any other of the 4 other topics proposed by the other Alliance societies, feel free to put an application. And as for the research team members, the recruitment for that will open in the next few weeks. So keep an eye out for that. Yeah, so this is a short history about our society. As you can see, we're a really young society. We are just a group of friends came together with the same common purpose of raising awareness of issues in Asia. And we've been working really hard throughout lockdown to plan for the next year. So yeah, there's really not much point of this, not much informational value in this slide, but just to let you guys know more about us, and that we're really excited for the year ahead. Cool, so this slide, we actually had a welcome social when we first got affiliated before Corona happened, and then everything everything just got derailed. So we were having a sit down and we had to think about it. And we were thinking, you know, how is Asiatic Affairs going to be a success? So it really boils down to these 3 things. So obviously the first thing is people, and that means you guys, because, you know, we want to build a community of people who, you know, want to increase discourse around issues within Asia. Yeah. And then after that, we have ideas. With people comes ideas, and then obviously you can channel those ideas hopefully through policy papers in BBI, but also ideas for the future of Asia as well. But the last bit that is a factor of success for Asiatic Affairs is money, unfortunately. It is a practical bit of running a society. And yeah, we would really appreciate it if you guys can buy our membership, because running a society, obviously we are all students. We are doing this out of passion, in our own time. We're not getting paid at all. Like none of this. All societies at UCL are all like this. So we really depend on membership revenue to really fund us throughout the year. And as for a bit of clarity as to where this money will be going to, as you guys know, we are a new society, so we do not have any money at all, really, starting from zero. Sorry, I think I just jumped slide, but could we go to the next slide first and we'll come back to this? Yep. So the money will go to, firstly, paying for our Squarespace website and podcast hosting service, which is where we have our website as well. And also when we have in-person events in term 2, there will be some logistical costs that come with that. So in order for us to deliver activities for you this year, we'll really, really appreciate it if you guys will head over to the SU page and buy our full membership. So let's just go back to the previous slide, and then we can run through the membership schemes. So yeah, as mentioned before, this year is a special year. There are 2 types of memberships on offer. The remote membership was really created this year because of the circumstances that we are in. But when we were designing these schemes, we really wanted to offer as much as possible to all our members, whether or not you guys are remote or full. So on the screen, you see the perks that you can get as a full or remote member. You can have access to our publication, podcast, and newsletter. Everyone can have that. Socials and documentary watch parties, everyone is welcome as well. Access to our Facebook group, which is actually, everyone should join it, because in that Facebook group, there will be calls to action to contribute to our podcasts and publications, as well as there will be ways for you to vote on certain topics that will be covered within our society through our different mediums, either through events or publications. So it is really a place where you guys can suggest topics that you're interested in, and then we'll regroup and potentially cover those topics. And yeah, so I guess the main differences between remote and full membership would be that you need to be a full member if you want to run for a committee position or join our team. And also if you want to be a consistent contributor to our podcasts and publications basically, you would have to buy our full membership. And also just a side note for the speaker events bit, I know there's a tick under the remote membership column for that, but obviously priority will be given to the full members who join us for these speaker events. But there should really be no problem if you guys choose for remote, because everything's going to be online, at least for first term. So in terms of accessibility, there will be no problem. Yeah, so just, last friendly reminder, really would help us out a lot if everyone could just get full membership. It's just the cost of 2 coffees. So hopefully you guys can help us out here. Cool. Yeah. Okay, so I think that's it for our presentation today. If you guys have any questions, obviously check us out on social media. Facebook, Instagram, Spotify. You can scan the QR code there to our link tree. And also join the Facebook group, because we're going to be doing really exciting stuff in there. And lastly, if you guys have any questions, drop an email, or you can drop me an email at, it's all written there. Yeah, so that was good. Thank you guys so very much for joining us now. And I think we're done for the presentation bit.